Hello, everybody. It's Mrs. Holbrook. How are you? Whew. I'm going to take a deep breath because I cannot believe that we have gotten to the very last lesson in foundations for this year. Now, that doesn't mean you won't still need to practice these skills, but it's the last video that we'll be having together. So to celebrate all of your hard work this year, let's do a few knock-knock jokes. Are you ready? Okay, the category is animal jokes. Knock, knock. Toucan. Two can play that game. Have you heard that saying before? Okay, let's try this one. Knock, knock. Howl. How will you know if you don't open the door? I know, they're cheesy, but that's what makes it fun. And throughout our time together, we have done some of these simple Simons. So let's go ahead and do one more today. Okay, here's a good one. Do you know what these symbols mean? Let's see. This is a pot. So potato. These are hips. So chips, potato chips. What is your favorite kind of potato chip? I like Cape Cod chips, Pringles. Yum. Okay, now let's turn our brains away from chips and get into our warm up. Today we will be doing a warm up. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what's on your test, on your very last foundations test for this year. So this won't be too long of a session because it's going to be time for you to go practice the things that you still need to practice. All right, here we go. Repeat after me. T-U, spatula, chew. T-I, patient, patient, right? There's that T-I. C-I, glacier, sh. And another green card, a glued sound. T-U-R-E, capture, chur. Great job. Okay, let's look at some sound-alike words. Okay, when you see the word, I want you to say it and use it in a sentence. Go ahead. Stationary. And remember, my key, if you're stationary, my little clue is that there's an A in there. So I think of a stationary bike. I'm going to go on a stationary bike ride after school today. Not moving. Okay, let's try the next one. What's this word? Stationary. And how do you say this one? Like I'm going to write a letter and put it in an envelope on some fancy stationery. That E makes me think of envelope. Let's try this one. Word, sentence. I need $8 to purchase a book at the bookstore. It's the number 8. And what's this word? Good. That's the word 8, like I ate a pizza for dinner. What's this one? Straight. Go straight to your room. And this one. Yes, this is talking about the body of water, a strait. Okay, let's do 2 more sound-alike words from this unit. What does this one say? Side. There are 4 sides on a rectangle. And how about this one? She sighed. Let me hear everybody sigh. Good. Excuse me, my goodness. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your test now that we're all warmed up. I'm looking at it right now. Spoiler alert, here's what you need to know. You need to be able to write these new sounds. Okay, so if your teacher says these sounds, make sure you know how to write them all the different ways. Remember, a good place to look for that is in your student notebook In the very beginning, these are some of those new sounds we learned this unit. We learned T-U-R-E, T-U, C-I, and T-I. And over here, this is the SH sound. You know that says sh. So both of these say sh, and so does ship. And then we also learned sure and shoe, and it shows you how to pronounce it. And then remember, you have that other handy chart that you can look at for sounds. You have this one for vowel sounds if you need to brush up all the ways to do each of those vowel sounds. And then you also have a spelling option sheet here that shows you, well, if the sound is sh, like we just talked about, there's 3 different ways to spell it. C-I-S-H-T-I. M has 3 different ways, so it's all showing you all the different ways. Use these resources. And even though this is our last foundations lesson, there might be certain pages of this that you keep like right on your desk or in your writer's notebook to help you make sure you know those patterns and rules. Okay, the next thing you need to know on your test are those sound-alike words. The ones I just said, you're going to have to do 4 of them. So make sure you know all of them and how to spell them. Of course, when you're spelling them, don't be afraid to look them up in your sound-alike part. You can always use that notebook. You're going to have to write 5 words that have T-U-R-E, T-U, and T-I in them. And when you mark them, you're going to have to scoop syllables, box in glued sounds, and underline digraphs, and circle the word that is ending after it. And then you'll write a couple of sentences. So let's just practice a couple of these dictations and marking, and then you can choose what else you want to work on today. So go grab your whiteboard. Okay, you guys have your whiteboard, and we're going to practice the kinds of words that are going to be on your test. So here you go. Repeat after me. Artificial. What does artificial mean? Fake, not real. How many syllables? Artificial. Fischal is technically 2 different syllables, but you run into a little bit of issue as you'll see. Go ahead and write it. Fish. Think about that sh right there. That's your spelling option. Artificial. Okay, scoop those syllables. We have R, tif, ish, all. Artificial. And we need to underline the digraph. So the CI is the sh, so you should underline that. That's exactly what you'll have to do on the test. Okay, let's go ahead and erase and try another one. We'll do 2 more in a sentence. Let's try the word gracious. She was very gracious when she let me take a nap because I was tired. She was gracious. 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 And we have that sh in there again. So I want you to underline the digraph. Is it SH, TI, or CI? And then scoop the other syllables. Gracious. Gracious. And then you're right, we can circle the suffix ending, OUS. That is going to be on the test too, to circle those suffix. Suffix, we say suffix because they're like suffixes kind of, right? It's not a word on its own. Gracious. Okay, let's erase it and do one more. Your last word is patient. Patient. I want you to underline the digraph, scoop the syllables, and circle the word ending, the suffix ending. And when you're ready, I'll show you mine. It's TI that says shh in this one, patient. Okay, let's erase that and do our very last sentence together. I'm starting to tear up. I'm feeling a little sad. I'm gonna miss you guys. Oh wait, I get to see some of you in person. Even better. Okay, here's your word. Here's your sentence. Repeat after me. Mike is a talented musician. Mike is a talented musician. Think about uppercase too. And musician has a sh in it. So thinking about which spelling option it is for that. Pause here until you finish your sentence. Mike is a talented musician. Okay, I'm going to show you mine. Check your answers to mine. Mike is a talented, notice it sounds like id, but it's the ed spelling, of course. And here's that word musician. Mu, zish, and musician. Okay, when you're done, I want you to make sure you can read this sentence smoothly. Mike is a talented musician. Mike is a talented musician. All right, guys, erase those whiteboards really well. Make sure they're nice and clean. And it has been a pleasure to teach you this year. I hope that all those things we worked on are helping you spell and write when you're writing stories and articles smoothly without having to think too much about the spelling. That's the goal. Keep up the hard work here, guys, and I'll see you around.